Welcome to an expanded Thursday. I'm trying out a new Buzzwole type fighting box deck just to see how it could do against the current expanded ladder. Okay, so didn't draw exactly what we wanted to start with, but hopefully we get this going. So as you can see, there's one Aerodactyl on there, and it's for those big heavy double tag teams going on, you know, even things. Ditto. Okay, so we have Rockruff. It's there only as a counter to a lot of energy. Okay, so I do have something for the following turn. We are going to do that. We'll come in with a transformation. During your turn, you may put a basic Pokemon from your hand on top of this Pokemon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Buzzwole. And so basically the Buzzwole is just a puncher. Wick! That's kind of thick. Yeah, kind of weird. So hoping... Okay, so I can still kind of do some stuff. Okay, we're fighting a Meditite? I'm a little confused. Okay, so Nest Ball helps us get started. Buzzwole. Energy, we will go with a... Yep, and we will try and get... Of course, won't do anything, and might... No. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 or... What happened to Korrina? There's Korrina. So I can... What do I feel like grabbing? I know I need a Float Stone. We'll go with Korrina. I know I need a Float Stone. And another attacker. Float Stone's there. Let's put the Zygarde-GX down just to try and build it up eventually. Retreat that, put that there, retreat, and we're going to Jet Punch into the Meditite. Weakness took the Ditto kill. We got another Float Stone off the top, which isn't the best, but hey, we can do what we gotta do. So 60, unless they can evolve, I punch into him. Yeah, okay, they're gonna just grab a supporter probably with a Computer Search. I chose Computer Search over Scramble Switch only because, as you can see, it helps you get out of something just like that. So, I didn't want to give my opponent more cards, so I didn't want to give him the N. And they gave Wick, which was a weird combo. That's what I thought. They're going to go into this one. What is it? It's a double attacker, if I remember right. If I can see the card. Okay, so it is... It can attack twice, so it can heal and then hit for 30. And they gave up. So they're seeing the strength of what could happen with Buzzwole. I'll go with one more match because that one wasn't really super meta-y. So again, this is supposed to combat the new, you know, the only problem is the Mewtwo and Mew GX kind of make it hard a little, but a lot of it's going to be electric and dark, which is weak to fighting. So that's why I'm actually trying to do all this. And so if I'm able to get a good fighting deck, I might take that to my local and see what happens. But right now it doesn't look like there's a lot of people on. Fighting is not being seen around. Now, one change I would make to my deck would be to add a Marshadow Machamp GX tag team in there just to do it. Now, Frog Coin, I forgot to look at what they're playing, but hey, it makes it more interesting. If it's something like Frogs, I can be in trouble. Didn't start anything, so they'll get one more card. I really don't want Frogs. No Frogs. But it's weird. They've got a bunch of different stuff going on here. So we do have a couple different things we can go with. We are definitely going to start with Buzz. Buzz is good. and we will see what we end up with. It is Frogs. Frogs is super annoying. Definitely want to get you down. Definitely want to get you down. Especially because next turn I can actually use Octillery. And I guess we'll stop right there. So unfortunately I'm not going to one-hit knock this out because I don't have any items to play with it that'll make it to where it knocks it out in one hit. But I can at least... Oh, there's Silent Lab. All basics. Can't do anything. But that's not... Oh, the basic for Diancie. So they're stopping the Diancie play. But they don't realize that Frogs is old and can probably compete pretty well right now. If you turn off abilities, if you keep going from there, it probably works pretty well still. But I'm going to come in with Octillery and go from there. The ability knockoff is not going to be great for me. So, luckily, I only play like 2 abilities in this deck. Well, 3 with what they are. So we're going to see... Okay, Starmie goes away. If I can get a couple things going and like stop the... Oh, there's a Frogadier. Now this is where they play a lot of stuff to get going. So let's see what we get off the Cynthia. A couple different things. Okay, so we are definitely going to add another energy to you. We're going to put... If we go behind in prizes, then yeah. So... I probably could have gone Energy Punch. No, and Diancie, but I would need a stadium. So we'll put the Fighting Belt there. We will... I don't want to use that just yet. Abyssal Hand for 1. We get rid of the stadium problem. Then Jet Punch. Now I could have gotten the knockout if I realized the inevitability of Zygarde and its Land Pulse, which its weakness is to grass, so that's another reason why I played the Zygarde-EX. Land Pulse does, you know, 20 more per stadium, 60 with 30 heal, which is always great, but I've got to get it into play. So it's going to escape board out. I will get 1 knockout. 2? I'll get 2 knockouts right here, which is good, because that's the start of it. So, are they grabbing back the Silent Lab? Yep, they're grabbing back the Silent Lab. Because they don't want me to have the ability to knock out this Frogadier. But if I knock out the Frog, that's 1 less card I have to worry about. There's only 1 left in deck. Ooh. Ooh. Definitely gonna put the Buzz down. I don't think I want to use the Lycanroc just yet. Another Beast Ring, which is good. Jet Punch for at least 1 knockout. There's a Fighting Energy, which is good for me, because that way I can start knocking things out pretty easy. Especially with double Beast Ring in hand. Okay, there's Professor's Letter. That's all I got off of that, which is weird. So... Frogs, not doing too well against me right now. So we can add an energy to you. Or you. Or you. We'll build up the Zygarde. Jet Punch for 1 more knockout. I know all they have right now is a water in their hand. Makes my life easier when I get a Computer Search. And now they have a Staryu in play. We already know you don't have any more water duplicates in there. So let's see. We'll just get rid of you and you. Bonnie and him. And then we'll just get a stadium to play. We'll expand the field a little bit. So we can get at least 1 knockout here. And then the Frogs are pretty much done. Now we're going to grab a Cynthia. in case, but we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to Jet Punch and knock out the frog, so they're down to 0 frogs. Sudowoodo's there. If I really wanted to get rid of somebody, I could, but there's no need. And they gave up. So let me show you the deck. It's not too different than what a normal expanded fighting deck would be, but I'm heavily relying on the ability to do multiple things to fight off lightning and dark decks that might be popping up. So it plays a 2/2 Remoraid Octillery for the Abyssal hand, lets you draw until you have 5 in your hand. 1 Sudowoodo to, you know, block off the large dark boxes or anything that when you put Sky Field down. 1 Aerodactyl, which can have its own right in killing tag teams with Boulder Crush. With Diancie, it does 140, but with that, it also has the weakness factor for lightning and dark, which does 280, which knocks out every single tag team, dark and lightning. Got 1 Zygarde, a little older. Lance Pulse does 20 more if you have a stadium in play. With Diancie, that gives you 60, knocks out pretty much every basic, unless it's a 70 HP basic. Then you got Cellstorm, which does 30 damage, or 60 damage and heals, so it did 80 damage and heals. And then you have Landsrath, which is a straight 100, and you can make it 120, knocking out even Pikachu Zekrom. You got 2 Rockruff, 2 Lycanroc with the bloodthirsty eyes. Its Claw Slash is 110. With Diancie, does 260, knocks out most lightning and fighting tag team. You've got 2 Buzzwole, mainly for the Jet Punch, start weakening things up. If you can get it built up to Knuckle Impact, that's great. If not, Absorption GX. With Beast Rings, you've got 1 Zygarde-GX with the Cell Connector. Attach 2 Fighting Energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. Landsrath does 130, or you do Verdict GX, which stops any GX Pokemon or EX Pokemon from hitting you. Now, with that, you have Diancie, which is a key supporter. It can do 90 on its own, which does 180 to lightning, and that, you know, does enough, but it's quite energy inefficient. We got 1 baby Buzzwole, which has its Sledgehammer. If you get to 2 prize cards, which most of the time if you're playing the GX EX first, you'll have that happen anyways. And then you have the Swing Around, which does 80 plus 20 for each coin flip. If you get to 120, you're knocking out a Pikachu Zekrom on its own. You got 1 Ditto for the Aerodactyl, for the Octillery, for the Lycanroc, but I have to be careful because I only have the 1 Ditto, and if I want to use Aerodactyl, Ditto has to be used. I have 4 via Seekers to let me get my supporters back. I have 4 Max Elixir to get energy on my basics because most of my Pokemon are basics. 1 Computer Search, 3 Nest Balls to try and get those basics on the bench. 1 Power Plant to turn off GX and EX abilities, meaning Dedenne, Shaman, anything that has an ability. Yes, it turns off Lycanroc GX's Bloodthirsty Eyes, but most of the time if you have this out, you're not worried about that. 1 Sky Field to expand your bench, and 1 Martial Arts Dojo, which allows you to, if it's non-Ultra Beast, have and has basic energy, do 10 more damage to your opponent. If, you know, you're behind in price, it does 40. So imagine just Lycanroc 150 straight up, knocks out, you know, a whole bunch of other things. You got 2 Horse in there for, you know, most of the time we have a full bench, and they have at least a decently filled bench. 1 N, 1 Cynthia, 3 Korrina, because Korrina is important to get your fighting Pokemon, especially evolution fighting Pokemon, and an item. And then you have Bonnie, who lets you use Zygarde's GX attack a second time. So if you can chain Zygarde-GX's his attack, you're great. And with via Seeker, you also have 2 Float Stone, which allows you to just retreat with no cost required. You've got 2 Karate Belts, which allows your fighting Pokemon, if you're behind in prizes, to have 1 less fighting. I have 1 Counter Gain in here. It's good to just have, I guess. I'm not sure, but it allows you not to have 1 more colorless if you're behind in prizes. I'm almost debating putting another Karate Belt in there just because it does the same thing, except for I'm basically all fighting. Then you have 1 Beast Energy and 12 regular energy to round out the deck. So let's go ahead and do one more match. See if we get something that is like electric or dark. And go from there. Again, this is Expanded Thursday. If you made it this far, ooh, is this... I think I know what this is. If this is Mewtwo and Mew, I will be super happy to see if I can even fight it. Because with the Power Plant, it turns off most things. So we get the Zygarde to start. Again, Lands Pulse, which is good. Had no basics. I've got a couple different things I can do at the beginning. Okay, let's see, is it Mewtwo and Mew? Lysander, U-turn board, teammates, hard helmet, shrine. Oh, there's a shrine there. Yes to the 3. I might be able to do, oh, it's a Rotom deck. Rotom. I'm definitely going to need to start hitting into this pretty good though. 30, 60, 80, minus 20. It's only going to be just shy of hitting it. So they have a lot of different random things going on here. But they have to get a lot of their items in the discard. Or, sorry. Yeah, no, they have to get a lot of their items in the discard. Adventure Bag is going to help them kind of get there with the bursting balloons, that kind of thing. Rocky Helmet. Okay, so they've got 1, 2. They've got 2 in the discard so far, and that's it. There's a shrine. They still only have 2 so far in the discard, which is good for me. There's another fan. Why would you put the bursting balloon? Okay, because you're going to retreat into it. Shrine of Punishment, so I do... What is it? 40, 60. Do I want to... We're going to go for the Jet Punch and the Diancie play right now. Because if we Jet Punch Diancie, that kind of thing, there's the Diancie. We're better off. Put that there. Retreat Zygarde. Zygarde can heal himself, which is good. But right now, you want to start hitting into certain things like that Fan Rotom so that we can knock it out. So right now, I'm at 70 damage just from that. But they have to get to the point where they have 9 items in the discard. Juniper, 9 items. Wow, they are really digging deep for this, aren't they? The fan isn't that big of a deal. Okay, I knocked that out anyways. These basic Rotoms are definitely not going to do anything too much to me. Okay, the shrine is going to be a pain. You have how much life left? Yeah, 50. Not too much. Okay, so we are definitely going to energize you. We are going to try and get... It's Sudowoodo. And a... No, we'll worry about that later. And a Nest Ball. So then we'll Sudowoodo. We'll Nest Ball for a... Do I have 2 Octillery? I do have 2 Octillery, so we will deal with it that way. And then we will just Jet Punch and hit this fan again. So we got a Beast Ring, so if they do happen to get the knockout, we can go into something like a baby Buzzwole, knock him out, Shrine's back, not that big of a deal. Float Stone, which is hilarious to do. You're at 1, 2, 3, 4. You're only at 4 so far. This is a different Rotom version. Four, 5, 6, 6 so far. If they're somehow out of field blower, 6, 7. They need 9 total. So they can do 20 to each one of my Pokemon with this, if they get it all. Just shrine damage. Okay, so I am going to keep the pressure on and try and do it this way. We're gonna chorus and see what we end up with. Okay, we got a couple different things I can use. But I think I want to hold on to everything just yet. So let's go ahead and Jet Punch. It's just a straight 80. We've got 2 knockouts so far. Power Plant, that's good. We can have a counter stadium. If they're able to get this off, I just punch into it and it's gone anyways. Okay, so their ability is now up and running, so they can now attack. Just does an 80 plus the 20 gets me the knockout on me. Yes, I know. So we're even on prizes. Now, if they can turn it around, they would be okay. But right now, okay, I'm at 60, put me down to... Okay. Korrina for sure. Gonna put the Power Plant in play. I don't have the baby Buzz, but I do have the big Buzz. Let's see. Is N there? N is not there. So let's go you. And you. So we are going to use the Max Elixir to build up the Rockruff on actually 90 for Diancie. The 90 on Diancie makes a lot of sense right now. So we're not going to worry too much because it also heals my bench. So we're going to sell Storm, take the knockout on that, heal 30. Counter gain doesn't mean too much right now. But teammates, Guzma. You're gonna Guzma knock out the Diancie? Really? That's where you're going with that? Diancie goes down, which again isn't the biggest thing, but they did see the play I was going for. Let's see. I am going to... We're still even on prizes, but I'm going to heal up right now. Rockruff. Definitely want to evolve this right now. So we're going to grab Korrina. Get the Lycanroc out and a Max Elixir. I don't think I'm going to play to the Beast Ring turn, only because it wouldn't be that great for me. So we've got, yep, energy there. We're not going to let you kill this just yet. Can't use the ability. Like I said, not the biggest thing to lose the ability. We are going to sell Storm for the knockout. So I'm down to fully healed. And there's the baby Buzzwole. So he can't knock me out with this. But I can knock... No, I can't knock him out with that. Life Dew on top of it. Teammates. If I can find my... Did I use my fighting? No, I haven't used my fighting dojo yet. So they're going to grab 2 cards that they really want, which isn't going to be Guzma. Plasma Slice, again. 120. If I heal 30 off of you, it won't be enough, will it? Puts me down to 90. No. But I can knock out with you. Right? I have 110. Yes. Retreat to you. We are definitely going to use counter gain on Zygarde. We're not... 2 energy down. We'll get baby Buzzwole down just because we'll get the 2 Beast Ring going here. I got Beast Energy. Float Stone on... Come on. We'll Chorus. See what else we get. Man, this is just... I'm sorry, guys. I'm thinking real hard. I can't play the Buzzwole. I can play the Octillery. I can play the Max Elixir, which doesn't hit. But I don't have to worry about it. They can't win. That's the thing, is they can't win at this point. Because I'm down to 1 prize. Actually, no, they can try and win. Life Dew isn't going to do it. They're going to 120 me here. I've done a couple different things to kind of make sure... Okay. Here's where the counter gain comes into play. Too bad I can't get that. So we really need to find an N. Was N in here? Max Elixir does hit. You don't. I think I'm going to lose it only because I don't think the N's in the... Is N in here? No, N's not in here. So that's the only way... That's the only reason I lost. Is because they're going to have the Via Seeker for the Guzma and be able to go from there. So... Unfortunately, I did get really close to beating this Rotom deck, but it's just not going to get there. The Ditto down just because, look at, there's the Aerodactyl. Cell Connector. Put the energy onto you. Yeah, well played. Well played, you have a good deck. So, you can see, even with the smaller decks, there's the Guzma for the knockout on anything basically, because they have the, or the Lysander, because they have, even if they went Guzma, they have the Float Stone for that, and they're just going to pull Buzzwole up and knock it out. They can knock out like 3 different things here. I'm not worried about it. So I see where they're at. There's 120. It didn't even matter because they had the full, they had the weakness policy, or the weakness issue there. So as you can tell, it does flaw against a couple different things. If there's Psychic involved, yes, there can be problems. But overall, this is a solid fighting deck for Expanded. So, I hope you enjoyed. Again, this was Expanded Thursday. And if you have any ideas of something that you want to, see, let me know in the comments. I will gladly try and put something together. Based on what's around, that power plant would be perfect to keep. The other thing would have been Dowsing Machine, which, gets the power plant back against Mewtwo and Mew. But I haven't seen a lot of that, even though it can be around. So, but I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see. Hit that like button if you made it this far, because you know what? Every like matters. While I'm trying to build this channel, every like matters. Watch it all the way through if you really enjoy what I'm putting out there, please, just so I can get better on those algorithms, so I can get up and seen better. So, hope you have a good day. Bye.